Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today is just another wild day in the soap world, and we need to talk about what is happening on The Bold and the Beautiful. Grab a coffee or something stronger, because we have a massive storyline to unpack today. Let's just dive right into it. So, Brooke Logan Forrester is finally back in Los Angeles, and honestly, it is about time. You guys remember she went away on that really long wellness retreat. Liam was hoping it would help her deal with the massive trauma of Hope defecting to Logan Creations and that whole explosive, violent fight with Katie. Brooke literally disowned her own sister, smashed a monitor, and kicked Hope out of the cabin. It was a lot, so she went away to clear her head, to find some peace and quiet. But let's be real, this is Los Angeles and this is the Forrester mansion we are talking about. Peace is not a thing that actually exists here. It never has and it never will. And Brooke is about to find that out the hard way. She walks through those big, heavy doors of the Forrester mansion hoping that the worst of the family drama is finally behind her. Hoping that maybe, just maybe, the family can start to heal after all the corporate wars. Eric is still recovering from that horrible black eye he got from Will Spencer. Ridge is still fuming and declaring an all-out war on the Spencers. But Brooke just wants to breathe for a second. She wants to reconnect with her son, RJ, her golden boy. The one child who hasn't completely betrayed her recently, or so she thought. Because what she finds in his room is going to shatter her entire world all over again. Brooke goes upstairs to see him. She wanders into RJ's room. Maybe she's looking for him to say hello. Maybe she's just dropping off some laundry or a little gift she brought back from her wellness retreat. It doesn't matter why she goes in there. What matters is what she sees. And I have to say, the writers are going incredibly dark with this storyline. Like, really, really dark. Brooke is just looking around the room and she spots something out of place. A baggie, a small plastic bag of white powder just sitting there. And then, the absolute kicker, syringes. Hidden away, but obviously not hidden well enough from a mother's eagle eyes. Syringes, you guys, and bags of white powder. In RJ Forrester's bedroom. I mean, what were they thinking? Actually, no, I love this twist, but my jaw was literally on the floor reading this. Brooke is standing there, holding this stuff in her trembling hands, and you can just see the gears turning in her head. She's probably trying to rationalize it at first, because that is what mothers do. Like, is this for a medical condition? Is he diabetic now and he didn't tell me? Did I miss something completely innocent? But deep down, she knows? She knows exactly what she is looking at. It's drugs. Hard, heavy drugs. And right at that exact moment, because the timing on this show is always perfectly tragic and dramatic, RJ walks through the door. But it's not the smug, confident RJ we've been seeing on our screens lately. The one who manipulated that whole fight at the bikini bar so Will would punch Eric. The one who swooped in and stole Elektra Forrester away from Will while playing the innocent victim. No, this RJ looks terrible. His eyes are completely glazed over. He's out of it. He is visibly high. Right there in the middle of the day in the Forrester mansion. So Brooke just stares at him, the syringes in her hand. The baggies of white powder on the dresser, and RJ just freezes in the doorway. The look on his face, that glazed, empty, disconnected stare, it just confirms everything. Brooke realizes in that horrifying split second that her son, her youngest boy, is a severe drug addict. He is heavily addicted to something very serious, and it hits her like a physical blow to the chest. You can almost feel the air get sucked out of the room just thinking about the scene. Honestly, Catherine Kelly Lang is going to win a Daytime Emmy for this performance. The sheer devastation on her face is going to be incredible to watch. Because you have to look at this from Brooke's perspective for a minute. She has been going through absolute hell lately. Hope lied to her, betrayed the family, and defected to Katie's rival company. Brooke felt like she completely failed with Hope, and now she's looking at RJ, and she feels like a massive, total failure as a mother. Like, how did she miss this? How long has this drug abuse been going on right under her nose? Maybe I'm being too harsh on her, but she has been so consumed by the Hope and Katie drama that she completely took her eye off her son, and the guilt is going to eat her alive. But if we zoom out and look at the bigger pattern here, this twist actually makes so much sense. Think about RJ's behavior over the last few weeks and months. He has been so aggressive, so reckless. He was picking fights with Will Spencer constantly. He literally grabbed Will's collar at the bikini bar and started a physical brawl. And then he intentionally ducked so Eric would take the punch. That is not normal, rational behavior for RJ. That is the behavior of someone who is spiraling. Someone who is completely out of their mind. The fans on social media have been saying for weeks that RJ was acting like a total jerk and a villain. We all thought he was just being an entitled brat because he was jealous and wanted Elektra for himself. But this severe drug addiction, it paints his entire feud with Will in a completely different light. RJ has been high, or coming down, or desperate for his next fix this entire time. It explains the erratic mood swings, the sudden bursts of violence, the cold manipulation of his grandfather's injury. It all tracks perfectly with an addict who is losing control of his life and his moral compass. Okay, that sounded dramatic, but you get what I mean. Addiction changes people. And RJ has changed into someone unrecognizable. But now Brooke is faced with the ultimate dilemma. What does she do? A normal, rational parent would call a doctor immediately, or a rehab facility, or, tell the boy's father so they can get him help together. But this is Brooke Logan Forrester we are talking about. And she makes a decision that is going to have catastrophic, devastating consequences for everyone involved. Brooke decides to keep it a secret. Yep, she is going to hide RJ's severe drug addiction from Ridge. I can't even with this woman sometimes. What is she thinking? Who actually believes this is going to end well? Secrets never, ever stay buried on this soap. But if you look at her motivation, it's rooted in pure, desperate, maternal panic. Ridge is currently on a massive warpath. He is out for Spencer blood. He hates Will with a burning passion. He thinks RJ is the innocent, heroic victim who tried to protect Eric from a violent monster. Ridge has put RJ on this massive pedestal right now. He is the golden boy of the Forrester family. And Brooke knows that if Ridge finds out the truth, it will destroy him. But more importantly, she is terrified for RJ's future at Forrester Creations. RJ is supposed to be the rising star designer. If the board finds out he's shooting up in his bedroom, if the media finds out, if Steffy finds out, RJ's career is instantly over. Steffy is already so incredibly volatile right now with the whole Hope by Logan disaster. Steffy would use this drug scandal to push RJ out of the company in a heartbeat to protect the Forrester brand. So Brooke goes into full-on mama bear protection mode. She wants to handle it herself. But it is the wrong kind of protection. By keeping this a secret, by covering it up from Ridge and the rest of the family, Brooke is essentially enabling RJ. She is giving him a free pass to keep using because he knows his mom will cover his tracks. And we all know that secrets on the bold and the beautiful are like ticking time bombs. And when they explode, they take out everyone in the blast radius. Brooke thinks she is saving her son's future, but she is actually just handing him the shovel to dig his own grave even deeper. And let's talk about the ripple effects of this cover-up. Because this isn't just about Brooke, Ridge, and RJ. This is going to impact Elektra Forrester in a massive, heartbreaking way. Elektra just dumped Will because she thought Will was a violent, unhinged monster. She moved out of the beach house, threw her necklace at him, and aligned herself completely with RJ. She thinks RJ is the safe, stable, good guy who protected her grandfather. How is she going to react when she finds out she left Will for a guy who is hiding syringes and white powder in his room? Will Spencer is currently drowning in a drunken depression because he thinks he ruined his own life. He thinks he is the bad guy in this narrative. But if the truth comes out about RJ's drug use, it completely changes the story of that fight at the bikini bar. It proves that RJ was out of control and instigated the whole thing while under the influence. It might even vindicate Will to some degree and prove that Ridge was completely wrong to banish him. But until that secret comes out, RJ is going to keep getting worse. And Brooke's silence is going to allow it to happen. The notes say that this cover-up initiates a new chain of tragedies as RJ's addiction spirals out of control and makes him more reckless. And I absolutely believe it. Because an addict who knows their mom is covering for them. That is a recipe for absolute disaster. RJ is going to become even more dangerous. He's already sleeping with Melissa Dillon behind Elektra's back. He's already manipulating his injured grandfather. What is he going to do next when he needs drug money? Is he going to start embezzling funds from Forrester Creations? Is he going to steal Eric's haute couture designs and sell company secrets to Katie at Logan Creations? The possibilities are endless, and they are all terrible. And Brooke is going to have to sit there and watch it happen, knowing that she could have stopped it if she had just been honest with Ridge from the very beginning. It's a tragic, heartbreaking storyline, but honestly, it is exactly the kind of gritty, emotional drama this show needs right now. It grounds all the fashion house corporate wars in something very real and very human. I also have to wonder about the source of these drugs. Who is RJ buying from? Is it someone we already know? Is Remy Price involved somehow? Remy is always lurking around Forrester Creations, trying to manipulate people and cause trouble. Or maybe it's some new, dangerous character we haven't met yet. Either way, RJ is swimming in very dangerous waters. And Brooke is drowning right alongside him. She is going to carry the heavy weight of this secret, the crushing guilt of feeling like a failed mother, and the constant, terrifying fear that she is going to walk into RJ's room one day and he won't wake up. Maybe I'm being a little too harsh on Brooke. She's acting out of love. A twisted, misguided, desperate kind of love, but love nonetheless. She just lost hope to the Spencers. She can't bear to lose RJ too, whether to a rehab facility, to a public scandal, or to Ridge's explosive fury. So she builds this fragile wall of lies around him to keep him safe, but walls crumble. And when this one falls, Ridge's reaction is going to be absolutely nuclear. He just kicked Donna out of the executive office and humiliated her for keeping a corporate secret about Hope. What on earth is Ridge going to do to Brooke when he finds out she hid his own son's severe drug addiction from him? It's going to tear the Forrester family apart even more than they already are. And it's going to be incredible, must-watch television. We are watching a slow-motion car crash, and we simply cannot look away. Brooke Logan thought she was coming home to peace, quiet, and healing. Instead, she walked straight into a living nightmare that is going to define her life and her marriage for the foreseeable future. Hold on tight, you guys, because this RJ storyline is about to take us on a very dark, very bumpy ride. I can't wait to see how Elektra, Will, and Ridge react when the truth finally blows up in their faces. Let me know what you think about all of this. Do you think Brooke is right to hide it to protect his job? Or is she making the biggest mistake of her life?